So, hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yul Brenner. And it is a Demetra K show. And yes, we are live. I like to say the show is about promoting Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are family. And sometimes we do share the link. If we do share the link and your profile looks like this, please show me this so that I can verify that you are a real human with some sense. And if you are uncomfortable, you can go back to that. Just know that before I bring you up to the big screen, I am the only one that can see you, not even Donovan. And if you choose to blank your screen out after I see who you are, you can do that. I also ask that we are respectful in the comment section and on the panel, as I know there's a lot of opinions that differ, and that's okay, but it's how we disagree. And so we got two things we're going to talk about today. And the first thing we're going to talk about is former President Donald Trump visited the National Association of Black Journalists in Chicago today. I guess they had their convention, where they typically invite all types of people, including presidential candidates and sitting presidents, to answer questions from Black journalists. And boy, when I tell you, this one got off to a fiery start. I got a snippet or two I want to show you. Then we're also going to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't think I need to tell y'all who she is, but in case you live under a rock, she's a rapper. And she likes to display her booty a lot. On this particular time, she went to a rally that Kamala was holding in Atlanta yesterday, and she shook her booty. So I'll show y'all just a little snippet. I ain't going to give you too much, okay? Because I'm a lady. But anyway, let's see who's on here before I give it to Donovan. We have Eric. How you doing? I see your comments. Leslie, how are you today? Let's see who else. Ayo God, how you doing? Troy, what's going on with you? Mike Nice, how you doing? Mike C, what's going on? No reparations, no vote. William Terry, how are you? Valerie, okay, Donovan. So what's on your mind, brother?
What's on my mind is welcome back to the show, you guys. It is Wednesday. Where is Walter? Wednesday, that's what I call it. And he's running around here. Hope Walter is doing well, because when Walter's not around, it's money must be on his mind. So that's the Walter thing. But do us a favor. We have a scrolling banner at the bottom. And all these ways that you can donate: Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, email, cashier's check, whatever you guys want to do. By doing that, it does cost a little money to do these programs, and it keeps the content creator motivated to make great videos. You could also catch Demetra K on the African Diaspora News channel. Now that she's back, I'm very sure more and more of her videos are going to be dropping on the internet, so be on the lookout for that. Don't forget also to download the African Diaspora News channel app. It's available on Google Play and also on Apple Store. You can go in there, download it, get great content from Brother Phil, Demetra, Wongel, Vicky Dillard, all the new African reporters that are actually reporting from Africa, situations that are going on there. I did see this morning, what is going on with Donald Trump and how he was treated. And I got an opinion on it, but I'll let you go ahead and preface the content, and let's get into it.
Yes, indeed. And Brother Samuel, I did end up watching what you sent me, and it was amazing. So thank you for that. I can see why my father was excited. So thank you, welcome. And welcome to everybody else. Easy, how are you doing? Simplified Accounting, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Were you at the rally in Atlanta yesterday? Herman, how are you? Diane, I hope you're doing well. Let's see who else. Brother Don, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello, how are you? All right, so let's get into it and think things through. I hope you're doing well as well. So let me go ahead and get into it for a second time, because we've got a couple things we need to talk about. Okay, so I think we heard yesterday that Trump would be attending the National Association of Black Journalists Convention, again, where they invite different people, including presidential candidates, to sit before the Black journalists and, answer questions and things like that. So Trump did show up. Kamala was also invited, but for whatever reason, she could not show up. I guess she agreed to do one over Zoom, or they're going to try to meet at some other date or whatever. But nevertheless, she didn't show up. But Trump did. Now, a lot of us who were watching it in live and in living color, if you will, was waiting for it to come on. And I thought, well, what's really going on here, right? Well, I'm going to show you the very first question, okay? The very first question that was asked of him, and that was from Rachel Scott. She's an ABC correspondent. And this is how it goes. And then I'm going to come back and show y'all something that Trump said. I think he's listening to New Black Media. I don't know. But here we go.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working, or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love
if
you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you believe
I have
that
answered
black
the
voters
question.
should trust you with another 4
I have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on.
Ooh, Lord. So I was one of those people, I watched the whole thing. I got another clip for y'all in just a second. But as y'all saw, it did start off right out the gate. Immediately when I saw it, I was like, well, that was very rude. Because it also wondered, and I'm seeing you guys' comments. I'm not ignoring you. I thought it was rather rude. And I wonder if they're going to start off by asking Kamala some of the same questions, But y'all saw that Trump basically met her where she met him. And that was, right out the gate with the razor blazing lemon juice. Now, I'm not I didn't go to school for journalism per se, although I do have a little bit of a background. But I do know that is up to the journalist to set the tone. And she set the tone. And I will tell y'all, if y'all did not watch it, he dealt with her that way the whole time. He let her know, he was rude, this, that, and the other. And basically, he didn't back down. Now, if you know anything about Trump, I don't think you've ever seen him cower like, oh my God. He basically was like, oh, bet. Then he told her, and second of all, y'all was 35 minutes late, 35 minutes late, because basically it's like y'all got some janky equipment. broke or whatever the case is. But graciously, he waited because he could have left. Because, when we was in college, Donovan, what was the time limit that you got?
15-minute time rule.
And then we out of here. You got to mark me present, right? So, but he waited, but to his point, you was late because I think she could have asked those questions. But the way she did it was like, to me, and I could be wrong, was it like, I'm going to get a got you moment. I'm going to be the one to get up all up on the blogs and stuff. And I'm like, damn, well, you can see after a while, she was very timid after that because it's like you went after this man who was, whether you like it or not, a sitting president at one point in time, and you came at him like he was some dude on the street. So he treated her that way. And I know some of y'all don't like it. Trump is never going to answer the question, okay? I don't think that's it. I think we all can agree Trump is never going to answer the question, but y'all name me one politician that does. I think Trump is probably the worst. I think he's probably the worst in, not answering the question, but nobody answers the question. And I saw a lot of people say that they ask him anything about our people. No, hell no. They never ask him about reparations or none of that stuff. But those are Black journalists who claim that they support Black people, right? They know that we want reparations. Now, I don't know if y'all also noticed that, and my daughter noticed, she says, where are the men on the panel? Now, it sounds like, and don't quote me, but maybe there was a man, but because there wasn't enough men, I don't know, I probably shouldn't speak on it, he backed out of it or whatever. But see, I know for a lot of people watching the snippets and stuff online, like I said, I watched the whole thing. Snippets online, they got it made just like he just went off on her, but nah, that's how she greeted him. Like he said, you ain't say hello, nothing. You come out with your, as I said, the razor blades and lemon juice and expect for him to just be on his, best behavior, like whatever that is, right? So she was wrong. She was wrong. She should have been professional. It was Harris Faulkner, I think that's her name. She's on Fox. So, of course, they have some commonality. And forgive me, I don't remember the other sister's name. She was in the middle. They were both cool. And he said that. He said, you guys are awesome, for lack of better words. But her, he said, no, not her. And he was very clear about that. She came at me wrong. Right? All right. So there was another spot. Go ahead, Donovan. You want to speak to that before I put that one up?
Yeah, I just want to speak to that real quick. I don't know why a lot of people are surprised that she came at him like that. And I know, and I'm not trying to go left or take it to another story, but this is how the modern, especially in our community, Black women talk to Black men. It's she's just used to talking that way toward men because she's this journalist and whatever she thinks she is. But like you said, that's a former sitting president who needed a little bit more respect than that. And she set the tone, and she got upset because basically he gave her the energy that she gave him. And when it's thrown back in their face, look at how he's doing. No, he gave the energy that he was given. Good for Trump. Good for Trump.
Yeah. And hello to everybody on there. I'm going to try to address you guys' question, but I got another video, and then I got another video in just a little while to show y'all. So of course they asked them a series of questions. In this particular response I'm going to show you was in regard to DEI. Of course, y'all know that Trump's campaign and Republicans have been calling Kamala a DEI hire. Basically, she just got into the job, right? The people didn't select her, which is true. They didn't, right? Can we agree on that? That she was not selected by a voting process, a primary process. It was actually Biden, and then Biden, of course, said he's not going to run. So they, moved Kamala into the spot. So that's why they're calling her a DEI hire. I'm not saying that. I'm just explaining that to y'all. And so he was asked about the DEI hire question, and this is what Trump said.
Ago when she happened to turn Black, and now she wants to be known as Black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she Black?
She has always identified as a Black woman. She went to a historically Black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a Black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that
I think somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
Okay, so Satra, I got your question. Just give me a moment. Because I am looking at the questions, y'all. Y'all know I can't get them all, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to remove Trump. So basically, it sounds like Trump been listening to somebody, because there's a lot of people in new black media and just different people who aren't in media is like, well, we know Kamala, especially in California, was not saying she was a black woman. We know that Kamala was, at the first Indian, Asian, this, that, the other, right? It's all over the place, right? Nobody got to lie to y'all, you know what I mean? But, I was reading up about it, black or not to be black or whatever. And I think it was ABC. They said in her book in 2019, she talked about herself being a black woman. So I'm like, that's as far as y'all could go back of her calling herself a black woman. Now there's these birth certificates out there. How authentic they are, not I don't know. So I'm not going to say that they are, but they're saying that she is listed as Caucasian. So as her mother and her father is Jamaican. Now, how true that, if it's a real one, I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. So
yeah, and real quick to that, it was a mistake on the father's birth certificate that he was listed as just Jamaican. They didn't put his ethnicity or anything like that. And and that was common back in those days on birth certificates. I'll give you a better example. My mother's birth certificate has the name Wonder, even though my mom goes by the name Wanda, because they were handwritten and stuff. So again, and then you got to also think in the Hindu culture, her mother would be categorized as Caucasian because of the caste of the Hindu that she was. So for them, she would be Caucasian. So, for us being Americans, we think, oh, you're dark skinned, whatever. No, in the Hindu culture, she would be categorized as Caucasian. So that is correct. Her mother is Caucasian. Her father is Indian, Jamaican. So there it is.
Yeah, and as I said, I mean, whatever, because that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not one to die on a heel of you're not black or you're not green or you're not Miss Piggy, whatever. You are what you say you are. Hell, the people can, a man can say he a woman nowadays. I guess you could say, I'm a billionaire. Don't mean y'all gonna treat me like one. So anyway, see, he's been listening to somebody because I was like, wow, he said it almost like everybody else says it, right? He's like, he was saying she flip-flopping. One moment she's Indian, Asian, and the next she's black. So he didn't say nothing different than a lot of people say. So I saw this conversation online about how Trump was mean to her, he was rude to her, and I'm like, well, what world do we live in? Let's say it ain't Trump. Let's say it's a tree stump, okay? What world do you live in? Do you think you could talk to somebody like that? I don't know any of y'all personally, some of y'all, but not all, most of y'all I don't. But I would guarantee you this. If somebody talked to y'all like that you did not know, y'all not going to sit up there, well, ma'am, y'all going to meet her where she is. I would think that you would. So my thing is, I'm sure she's been a journalist for a very long time. And for whatever reason, somebody put a key in her back to go after, a former sitting president, whether you like him or not. A journalist is supposed to be middle of the road enough to be able to ask questions, whether they're tough questions, softball or baseball, whatever it is. And the perfect thing that comes to my mind is when Roland Martin invited Dr. Umar Johnson on his show, and he had all them other people on there, and they thought they was going to rope-a-dope Dr. Umar, and Dr. Umar ate Roland's lunch, and they got all mad and stuff, because it's like y'all thought y'all was going to do some got you stuff to him, and he was like, he basically did what Trump did, like, nah, not today. I guarantee you won't be me. So I'm just trying to separate the logic from the emotions, because I know in our society, I might get myself a little trouble. Donovan, you better write this down, goddammit. You can't hardly say nothing to a sister without somebody accusing you of being A, B, C, and D. Listen, I'm a black woman, so ain't nobody gonna school me on that. I've been one for 53 years, okay? I know that there's a lot of things that happen adversely to black women, but what we saw today on that stage was not one of them. She got what she sent. That's what happened with that. So I'm gonna get to this question really quick. Satra, how you doing? He said, did y'all all report on Trump allowing the execution of 5 black men? Allowing the execution of, you talk about, I heard loosely about it because I heard Dr. Umar talking about him allowing it. Well, I thought that was up to the states. Ain't it up to the states to allow or disallow executions? because we got a black man right now that's about to die. Marcellus Williams. Don't quote me on his name because I actually did a story about him. I think it's Arkansas. And the governor's like, where's Biden? And Kamala say, why don't they stop that execution? Just like y'all trying to say that Trump can stop execution. Listen, I'm not a Trump supporter, but what I like to do is make some common sense. So since when did a president have the jurisdiction to tell a state what to do or what not to do? I'm just asking, because maybe they changed the Constitution.
Yeah, the state does not, state and federal, two separate things. That is why there's only certain things. Well, that is why most people are incarcerated at the state level. There isn't a lot of people on the federal level that are incarcerated. Very, very few people compared to the population. That's why when he goes, I'm going to, do qualified immunity for federal officers, it means nothing because most of us don't encounter FBI agents on our daily rants around our neighborhood.
Yeah, Brother Reggie, watch the full thing because, of course, on social media and stuff, they're going to give you snippets of what it was. But I watched the whole thing. And like I said, the other two black women, they were pretty cool. You could tell they weren't in love with Trump, but at least they had the decency enough to be respectful. Like you invite this dude, and like you said, y'all mugs was late. Because if it would have been me, I don't even let my doctor do that to me because my doctor wouldn't let me do that to him. But yeah, you got this former president there, and whatever reason, y'all equipment came from Temu, I guess. And he waited. And then I saw people talking about, oh, he was supposed to do an hour. He'd have stayed hours like you dingbats. They was 35 minutes late. Y'all ain't got no smoke for them, though, huh? But y'all mad with him?
But wait a minute, Demetra. Black people are doing great. Oh, we are it. We are doing so good, whatever. You had a president that was coming to interview and your equipment did not work.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. I would have had people early that morning, that night doing sound. Wait, what's crazy? A president is coming to talk issues. But we could get Megan Thee Stallion stuff working. She didn't have any equipment malfunctions.
Yeah. My thing is, y'all, this big time journalists association, y'all didn't test it. Donovan, me and you do a mic check before we come on here. Can you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. Is it? What do I always say before I come on? Before I go live? Donovan,
if you open your mouth,
nah. I say, let me adjust my mic.
Right. Let me adjust my mic. Right.
I'm loud.
Right.
And I want to be so it's like y'all don't make sure the bells and the whistles and everything work. And then the other thing too, they had Harris Faulkner, the Fox News journalist, which I'm not saying there's nothing there, but they had her all the way on the end. And every time she asked a question, he says, I can't hear you. He says, it's kind of going in and out. I can't hear you. And he says, but her, I hear just fine. The one that, started off, he went something like her, I hear just fine. But yeah.
Angry black woman. See, there is some truth. It's not just a rumor. Angry black women. And that woman was young. And it's like, why is she so hostile to this man? What did he do to her?
Yeah, you don't know how to interview people that you don't like and ask questions. She could have asked all of those questions because I don't have a problem with the questions she asked. It was just the way she did it. Excuse my French, y'all. I do cuss, but I don't like to do it on here. You know what I heard when she's first asking the question? Bitch, tell me why you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, F. That's what I was
saying. Then she answered for him, which we know wasn't true. Let him answer the question.
Right. So you sucked on the man into this got you stuff, and then you gonna basically, and don't lie, bitch, because we know it wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but that's what I heard. You know what I mean? So I was like, wow. Hey, oh, wait, hold on. There's more. If I'm lying, I am flying. And as I always tell you, I'm a little too heavy to fly. Somebody called me a staunch Democrat and said, because they were watching, I'm going to put on my page Trump 2024. Said because what the hell was wrong with her? So I'm just saying. And anyway, let me go on back down to the bottom. Hello to everybody. I do see your comments, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna have to just go on down all the way to the bottom because there's quite a few of y'all on here today. Let me see. If y'all have a question that y'all want me to address, put a Q in front of your comment, and that way I'll know to specifically go to that. Now I'm gonna try to get to most of them as I can. There's a lot of y'all. But yeah, all right. So let's see. Sharice, how you doing? Says, fact, I can't stand women like that. And yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like I'd imagine she went to a school and paid a lot of money for a journalism degree, and they don't tell you about soft skills, how to, win friends and influence people. You don't learn about that kind of stuff. You just.
Yeah, and they were saying that some of the journalists that were members of that organization resigned because they were interviewing Trump just to begin with. I thought when you're a journalist, you're supposed to be objective to get both sides of the story. Dimitri, you have a little background with that. Could you kind of go into that and kind of say, hey, what is it?
I mean, I guess, but we live in an age of yellow journalism now, right? And the other thing is that really ticked me off about the questioning. She also said, basically, why, because that was the premise of her question, is why should Black voters trust you? And it's like, you going to ask Kamala that same thing? Because before, and I want to say shout out to Brother Phil, okay? Brother Phil has been on this, bringing receipts and everything like nobody's business. He's been going on her website and doing kind of like a policy watch, right? Going on her website to see if she's going to list any policies. And we went on right before here, unless things have changed before that. She ain't got no policies. As Brother Phil said, she just asking for the shmoney. She asking for donations. She ain't got no policies on there. So I'm wondering if this same group of journalists are going to ask Kamala the same thing. Why should Black people trust you? Because you ain't did nothing for Black people. And I wonder if they going to ask her, what's her name, Rachel, is she going to ask Kamala, well, remember when you said, no, I'm not going to do nothing just for Black people now. Is she going to ask her that and say, well, why should Black people trust you then? I guarantee you not. I guarantee they're going to be kicking and ha-haing and laughing and all that ski eating all over the damn place. But they're not going to meet her like that.
Demetra, stop it. Just like Steve Harvey said, I'm going to send a lob. This is just a lob. For all y'all get into my inboxes, I'm going to send her a lob. See, what you got to do is you got to vote her in so that you can ask for something the next time. Don't be giving her and putting her on the train and the stump because, you got to get her in there. Then you can ask for something the next time. Isn't this the next time? Isn't this the next time?
I think it's the next time. So anyway, let me just skip on down and hello to everybody that's come on here. Ooh, B moving. She said Black women are in denial. I ain't take it quite that far, but y'all know what I mean. Lady Diana, how you doing? He says she identified as Indian. Now she's Black. Make up your mind. That's all he was saying. He was like, word on the street is she do be flip-flopping. That's basically what he said. Lucius, how you doing? Says Black people are so brainwashed. Yeah, then like you said, Donovan, a lot of the other journalists refuse to go because why they invite Trump. So it's like you just basically just want to give Black people one option. Let's cut off any other options. Let's not let them know that there are other options to vote for out there. Let's just have Kamala to come up here. Let's just have her come up because she ain't got no policies. So that's all. It's like, why bother? Why don't you just say, Black people, we're not going to mail you your ballots. In fact, don't even go to the polls because we're gonna check them off and send them for you. Why not just say, you know what I mean? Like we don't get to see.
How can you run for something, a political office, a public office, and promise nobody anything, but they're supposed to vote for you? That's what I don't understand. I'm just supposed to give you my vote and not ask for nothing, just like Steve Harvey said.
Yeah, Didn't he say, I just don't be asking for what she gonna do for you? Just go into the booth and just vote. Don't they just acting silly? It's nauseating. It really is nauseating. It's like, oh. Donovan.
But what's crazy about that whole thing, Demetra, is the fact that you have the talented 9, educated, master's degree. Girl, I got my PhD. And they're just like, hey, we're just giving her a vote because she's a woman and this is that. Wait, I'm sure some of these women have sons. I'm sure these women have children, daughters and stuff that need health care, that need things. Some of these sororos are first-time college attendees or whatever the deal is. Why is it that the educated crowd is the ones pushing this authoritarian regime? Is it because they actually think they are part of that regime? Because let's face it, we know the Eichmann's history. Once they take care of the majority, it's going to be just a matter of time before they get those collaborators. Because what's the first thing in assassination? You kill the assassin. That's the first thing. You got to get that person first. So how do these people think if we don't get nothing at the bottom level that they're going to be protected later on? How long is it going to take before they get wiped out? Now, if we're the majority, it won't take nothing but a slap pinochle thing to get them. So it's just crazy. Educated Black people that believe in authoritarianism. Sad.
Black, how you doing? Says her mom is Indian and her dad is Jamaican. You liars. You know, that reminds me like I was in the 3rd grade. You'd hear people say, you're a liar, you're a liar. I think we've been saying that. I don't know. Did we say her dad was from Mars or something? Like, her dad is Jamaican. He's got a very black, I think it's his mama or her sister. She's very dark skinned. Nobody's saying that the daddy ain't Jamaican. I think the point of contention is what Kamala was or was not identifying as. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Five?
Yeah, I really think that the thing is, you guys got to understand, she's first generation American. Her lineage, just like Obama, is not FBA lineage. That's what a lot of people, I think, are saying when it comes down to if she's Black or not. You're not lineage based, and we still haven't had that. Matter of fact, I put the link up of a picture of her mother and father in the link, and you guys can click that and take a look at them. Just because you say somebody's Jamaican doesn't mean Black. That's not what the word Jamaican means. Jamaica is a country, just like saying America. What is America? It could be an Asian person. It could be a Black person. It could be a Hispanic person. It could be a white person. Jamaica is a country. In Jamaica, and I have relatives that are Jamaican, you have white Jamaicans, you have Asian Jamaicans, you have Indian Jamaicans, and so on, so on, so forth. See, the thing is, when us as Americans, when we hear the word Jamaica, we automatically identify with the majority of people that are down there, which are Black. So again, do your research. Look at the picture. Of course, the man has Afrocentric history or whatever, but it is an FBA.
And Mike KLW, I hope you're doing well. He says you're arguing in defense of this dude is crazy. Really, Trump? Who arguing in defense? See, what I like to do is I like to make sense of things that are spun on purpose. Because see, I have a degree in public relations, and I'm all familiar with how you spin stuff, baby. And the only reason why I don't be up here spinning stuff, which is essentially lying, fudging the truth, bending it a little bit, is because it's disingenuous. But when I see, because like I said, I watched the whole thing from beginning to end when it was live, okay? But when I see people sitting up there talking about she was a victim, no, she's not. She chose violence. She chose violence, and she wanted him, to be a butterfly about it. And he was like, nah, if that's what we doing, that's what we gonna do. But see, that was her mistake in underestimating who she was interviewing. Don't she? As a journalist, you're supposed to do backgrounders. You're supposed to go and, learn all you can learn about the person you're interviewing and all that other stuff. Well, she didn't even have to go far. She just saw a whole bunch of stuff on the internet to see that Trump was with the shits. Excuse my French. But yeah, so But I'm sorry if you feel like we're defending Trump. I'm, whatever. I'm not even gonna argue that I'm not anymore.
So wait. So regardless if you agree with the man or not, the man got us, and I'm just going to use this as my example. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm definitely not going to not feel bad or remorse for the man that almost got killed because he's standing up for what he's believed. So basically what you're saying is because he has a R in front of his name, he is to be a demonic. He's supposed to be demonic, and we're not supposed to care if he gets killed or not. To me, that thinking is very demonic because he's still a human being at the end of the day. And I try to be respectful to everybody that's around me. I try my best, even though people do me bad. However, we're supposed to, regardless if you agree with that person or not, he's still a human being.
Yeah, but I guess they think it's funny. And I'm here. I'll tell y'all right now, Donovan probably hates Trump more than a lot of people would even imagine. He's not a Trump supporter at all. Neither am I. But what we are able to do is be, use a little common sense. See, the one thing me and Don, which is why we used to argue a lot. I'm not saying those days is over. We might get into another, but reason why we get into it sometimes, for one, is because we're very passionate, and we're not gonna just allow anybody to just sway us just because. You know what I mean? But right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, you might ask me, do I like Kamala? No, I do not like Kamala. Am I a fan of Trump? No, I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not. So there's that. But some tells me somebody gonna get in here and show they whole behind, and I'm waiting for you to do it too. Oh, by the way, I started blocking people yesterday. They thought I was playing with them. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Hey, Detroit, man, how you doing? Reparations 2024. And somebody said, yeah, they could have asked me about reparations. Nah, they was too busy trying to be, having got you moments to go viral and stuff. Like, yeah, you went viral, but I don't think it was for the right reasons. And then she kind of was like, he shut her down. He did. He shut her down because she was just like, she didn't have all that rah-rah in her voice and, her questions the next time around, because he kept letting her know, oh, yeah, we can go there if you want to. Or you can do like these other two ladies and ask me some questions. I'll answer them. But what you did to me, I'll do back to you.
I'm reclaiming my time. She could have gone sister girl on him. I'm reclaiming my time.
No, she did. She did go sister girl on him. That she thought that's what she was doing. Because for one thing, I'm going to tell you, listen, I know I study certain things. She knew no matter how she talked to that man. And matter of fact, I think she talked to him like that because most Kamala supporters wanted her to. They wanted her to just get him below the belt, just just hit him all up in the fupa, just They wanted her to do that to him, and then when she did, and he was like, "Oh, I can hit below the belt too." Then it just didn't end up the way she wanted to. Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
Do you want to know why they didn't want to ask him the reparations questions, you guys? And I put it in the chat earlier. It's because if they had asked Donald Trump, do you believe in reparations, whatever, do you know what that man probably would have said? Sure, why not? What do they need? He gave more money to the HBCUs than any president has ever given. They didn't want him to use that soundbite because most likely he would say, sure, why not? Because remember, he's a businessman. It ain't his money. He ain't losing no money. That's our money. He would have said, sure, why not? We can start a plan. They did not want that soundbite because most likely he would have said that. When the PPP loans went out and all these people were getting all that money, what did Donald Trump say? Give them the money. We'll worry about it later. That was Donald Trump. And of course, a lot of people got that PPP money, was buying all this, getting the BBLs, buying the Chargers and all the cars and stuff. Then Joe Biden comes into office. And what did he say? We're going to recoup every last dime. And he put a 10-year moratorium that could be extended even farther if another Democratic person gets in there to get fraudulent PPP loans back. Donald Trump was not worried about that. He was like, give it to him. Give it. Don't matter. Just give it to him.
Hey, Eric, how you doing? So instead of them asking questions, what are you going to do for Black people? Are you going to give us an anti-Black hate crime bill? What's your standing on reparations, angry Black women? And, I hate the term angry Black women because I think it gets misapplied. But I think in this case, that was what she was going for. The sister girl. I'm here representing. I'm a slice and dice him as soon as he come on the stage. Girl, watch. I ain't scared of Trump like all these other people scared of Trump. But what? I'm gonna get him.
She was auditioning for another job, MSNBC, CNN, some kind of job because she was get that notoriety.
Yeah, and it's like, why not just be nice? You know what I mean? Just be nice. You could have been, because you hate somebody. I'm able to be cordial with people that I don't like.
Nice. Just be professional. Forget nice. Just be professional.
Yes. Hello. They did shake hands, whatever. Thank you for being here, Trump, or whatever the case is. And she could have found a different way, but she was just like firing, and basically don't lie, bitch. Okay? Because we know the answer. That's not what she
now
said.
Y'all saw in real time what a lot of Black men deal with.
You know what? Don't get me started, Donovan. We've been doing so good. Melvin, how you doing? Says they just need to stick to on tangibles. What are you going to do and deliver for us? Nah, the other ones was cool. But her, yes, she was trying to get her moment in the sun, and she did. Trump is like, I'm the orangest mofo out here, okay? You will not have no moments in the sun on my time. Hey, Avenge the Ancestor, how are you doing? Okay, let's see. Our brother Reggie says, I checked her site. She's just asking for money. No, not one policy. Yeah, so what would they even ask her? I guess they could. But see, on the other hand, they could ask her about stuff that she's been doing with Biden. But then the other side, you hear people say, well, she's not the president. All she does is just, break ties in the Senate. So I don't know. What do you really ask her? Hey, Norris, how you doing? You said she needs to ask Kamala, why did Biden say we ain't Black? Not, you know what? Now that's a good one, but they ain't gonna ask sister girl that. They're not gonna ask her that. They're gonna give her little cute little questions. Is it pink, green, and white, or is it just pink and green? What do you put in your greens, Kamala? Is it salt, pepper, paprika? What is it? Curry greens? Is that a thing? They let me stop before I get in trouble. Hey, Doe, how you doing? E.T. say she's Black when it's convenient. You know what? I like that. All right, I know there's a lot of comments in here. I haven't seen anybody with a Q by their thing yet. Let me go down because I know that I said I would.
Wait, and then she's Black when it's convenient. And if you guys watched that concert yesterday, she has an accent when it's convenient. If that isn't pandering, you tell me what it is. This woman is a chameleon.
Yeah, Ali says, I know a Sigma Gamma Rho, is that what that is? For a sorority, who has a conference today in Houston and says they are against Kamala because she only caters to the AKAs. Is she going to get out there and say it with a chest? I know there's a lot of intimidation there, that the rest of the Divine Nine is, come knocking at her door, but are they willing to say that? That not all the sororities and fraternities support Kamala? And I guess she would be all about AKAs if she's one, but yeah. Well, tell her, don't feel bad. That's how she does the rest of us.
And we got to get out of this. I'm the first. I'm the first. I'm the first. We're the first to host a vice presidential candidate. We're the first to do this. I'm the first to do that. That doesn't put money in my pocket, you being the first of anything. We got to get out of that stuff.
It doesn't warm your heart?
Doesn't do a damn thing for me.
You don't sleep good at night?
Can't sleep good at night.
Nothing?
The bills are still coming in.
Is that just a little symbolism to make your day?
It doesn't do anything for me. I can't eat off of that.
Well, I can't believe that. Can't believe all these people to run around here giddy for nothing. G-Mac, how you doing? Says that was the worst hit job ever. All right, we about to transition just a little bit to the other topic. Let's see here. Think things through. You said these people are part of the Democrat Divine Nine cult crap. They don't give two figs about FBA community. See, I should have just read that comment. Harley Lynn, how you doing? Says, I'm literally sick of this country being run by the LGBT community. Well, watch out now. Lance, how you doing? Says, because many of them have sold their souls. All right. I'm going to skip on down. Lady Lemire, how you doing? He says her father said he was Jamaican, Irish, and Indian. She's black, okay, damn it. She's black. I mean, I'm just saying, because that's, I don't know what Kamala is. I know that she has not been, standing 10 toes down on being a black woman until recently. So,
well, wait. What do you mean recently? For a black woman, name me one thing Kamala has done in the power in the seats that she has had and the influence that she's had in regards to the black community. Notice she was there during the Asian protection bill. She was right up there, with her people. Show me in her history where she's done anything for black people that she identifies as black. I find that very narcissistic if a person who identifies as a certain group doesn't do a damn thing with that group. Come on.
Lady Diana, first question. He says, do y'all think he was brought on the show to make him appear combative and racist toward women and black people? I think they definitely baited him. At least she was trying to do that. And, I'm one of those people. I love people who are being true to themselves. If you a spicy individual, be that all the time. That way I know how to deal with you. I don't like lukewarm people who switch back and forth. No, I don't like all that. Be who you are, So, of course, that's the narrative. Oh, he's a misogynist and he doesn't respect black women and, all this stuff. I was like, well, I mean, come on. You came at this man with both barrels blazing. What did you think? The man do be ducking bullets now. You thought he was going to stand on the stage with you and let you do that to him?
And I was really shocked because that's Zaddy. That's Zaddy incarnate. That's what the sisters say is
know what?
I'm just saying. That's what the sisters say is the Holy Grail. Zaddy is the Holy Grail.
I think they like the Zaddies. That's yes, dear. Okay. They don't like that. Listen, what we not gonna do, Zaddy. They don't like that. Sonny, how you doing? Miss Dania, I hope that's how you say it. How you doing? Says these immigrants are salivating at the mouth for Kamala to be president. She's not good for FBAs. Yeah, because she's always talks about how she's gonna, she cares about the immigrants and all this other stuff, but she don't say nothing about black people. Okay. All right. I don't see any more questions so far. Hey, Miss B, how you doing?
Real quick, I got a question. Emory Kennedy says you're dancing for complete immunity for racist cops, in which Trump openly supports. Hey, you're right. What is Biden doing about it? What are the Democrats right now that have the power? What are they doing about it? Oh, that's right. Nothing. So is it Trump or is it the Democrats? They had 4 years to do something about qualified immunity. Did we ever get it? See, Emory, you come on this platform. I know you're probably a paid shield. I could be wrong or not, and we don't mind you coming on, but you're really doing a very bad job if you're getting a paycheck. Because after 4 years and 2 years of the 4, having the House, the Senate, and the presidency, they could have taken care of qualified immunity. Matter of fact, Joe Biden was on a campaign trail saying, if you give me the Senate, I will repeal qualified immunity, and he didn't do it. So what is your answer for that? That's my question to you. You talk about Trump, who's not in office right now. Let's talk about Joe Biden for 2 years, who could have done anything he wanted. When Trump came into office, he didn't have the House. But guess what? Executive orders. He pushed everything through. So what's stopping Biden from doing executive orders? I'd love to hear your answer on that.
Is this who you're responding to?
No. Her name is Emory Kennedy.
Okay. Jacqueline, how you doing? Jacqueline Randall, how you doing? He says, no, he didn't shut her down. You lying. Watch the whole thing. Well, I watched the whole thing. Boo boo kitty. I watched the whole thing. I watched it live and in living color when it was we all was waiting because they was 35 minutes late. I watched the whole thing, and he did shut her down. She didn't have nothing else to say. She took all that rah-rah and that bass up on her voice, and she should have never had that in there in the first place. So I know what I saw. Unlike you, I ain't got a lie to kick it. Next. Let's see. I'm gonna transition. Ooh, if y'all think y'all hate this topic, just wait to the next one. Y'all said I should be asking Trump the questions. I think I would have did a good job. You know, I know how to have conversations with people. I don't need to be doing all of that because my thing is I want to get to know like what's up. You know, what's your platform? What the ideology? I think they could have had a good conversation, but nah, she brought out the gasoline on him. Hey, Corey.
Wait a minute. Are you asking for Trump's platform? The Republican platform is on his page, as well as 20 things that he wants to do on his platform. That's on his page that you can go to and see what he wants to do. You might not agree with it, but the platform is there. I think I did a quick thing yesterday after we did the show, and I showed the differences between their campaign platforms. Kamala just is asking for money. There's nothing there. We have a right and a responsibility to be critical of our public servants. You can't do that if there's nothing, if all she's giving you is give me money.
Yeah, but you know, she don't feel like she need to do nothing because they not asking her what her policies are, what you gonna do for us. They don't care. They're just gonna stick out their arm and take the infusion, you know. Yanni says, us seasoned sisters know how to truly come with saved ammo. She was in her feelings and unexperienced. Yeah, that because I was watching and then I heard that I was like, for real? That's how you talk to people, regardless if you like them or not. You know. Nathan, how you doing? Says he did give more money to HBCUs than any president. You mean he did or he didn't? Okay, your comment is messed up. But anyway, welcome. Let's see here. I don't see any more questions. I am reading your comments. I just want to make sure I can have enough time to go to the next ones. Reggie talk about greens in the tub is diabolical. But, you know, that's what she said. I bet you some of these people who supporting her, they ain't going to be eating none of her greens about the bathtub if they lying if they say they would. Patricia says her father's Indian and white. There is no Afrocentric or any kind of blackness in her father, period. Yeah, you know, it's going to be like a merry-go-round. Just go round and round and round. And Danette, how you doing, says, seems like their goal was to trigger Trump rather than getting to the interest and conservative black people. We missed out on that, especially since they started late. No fault of Trump. Yeah, you see, they didn't say nothing about that. They could at least said what happened was, but they didn't. Maxwell, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Okay. Let's see. Did I get to the bottom? I don't see any more questions so far. I'm going to transition. Brother Sammy says, I feel she is pandering to younger voters who are likely not going to vote for her. She has the baby boomers, or she definitely has the baby boomers. Momo, how you doing? Says she is South Asian. Feet Falkerson, how you doing? Said I do not support so-called Divine Nine, Masons, Eastern Stars. Okay. Edward Jones, how you doing? Says they don't classify as black. She is Hanek. Okay, I ain't never heard of that, but JD, how you doing? Says the Democrats, liberal cult tried, but Trump clapped back. That's exactly what he did, but I guess he wasn't supposed to do that. Hell, y'all can't say 2 words to Biden before he bites your damn head off, but I guess Trump is supposed to be different. I don't know. JJ says Dems have recruited and are paying a lot of social media part-time journalists to push Kamala's campaign, and that's fine. They do whatever they want, you know. Herman, he says they tried to trap him, but he didn't fall for it. Yeah, I guess so. Blue Crow, how you doing? Did I get to the bottom? Y'all are going in, so I'm gonna have to just let me go all the way to the bottom. I made it to the bottom. I had to cheat. But anyway, let's get to this next one because I know Donovan gonna be like, all right, here we go. So Megan Thee Stallion, guess, was invited to a rally in Atlanta that they have for, candidate Kamala Harris, and sounds like a lot of people showed up, and Megan was one of them. And she performed her hit song, for what I understand. Maybe she did some more. Savage, I'm a Savage, or whatever it was. She was up there with a couple of her, I guess, hotties, because they were saying they're hotties for Harris. And it's a snippet, so y'all don't blink. Okay, this is a part of her performance. I know that was fast, but that's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get. So, as I saw that, I thought, wow, they really hate Black people. They really dislike Black people. They really have no respect for Black people. To me, it was the equivalent of just throwing a trough of chitlins on the stage and just saying, here, your dinner's served, and just watching everybody just going. It's like the equivalent of just being fed slop, you know? Because when I see Megan Thee Stallion twerking her butt at, Kamala Harris rally, I'm thinking nobody thought that through. Like, Megan is cool for what she does, but you invited her to a rally and she's twerking her booty everywhere. It's like, that really says, I know Black people don't care about substance. They just want a good time. They just want to be entertained. I heard some people walked out. How true it is, I don't know. I heard that they did. I would hope that they did. But to deliver that to Black voters, like, that's Kamala Harris sitting up there asking Black people, to vote for her. And there was some other people in the audience, and some white lady was looking like, but you're asking people to vote for you, and you bring that up there to ask for votes. Are we not insulted as Black people anymore? Or do we just accept what people give us now? I don't even know what to say. But I will say that I've seen quite a few sisters, some men, defending that. Oh, it's for the Gen Z, generation. It's that's what you expect them to do. Y'all need to lighten up. And as I said, and I made a post, I said, as a great Black woman myself and a representative of my ancestor mother and my grandmothers, there is no way in hell I'm gonna make excuses for a woman being invited to twerk her behind for votes. Not this Black woman. That Black women over there, yeah, they may think that's cool. Not me. Now, you can argue with your twerking mama before you argue with me on that. Donovan?
Well, I'm not mad at Megan Thee Stallion and all of the Quavo and all these entertainers. You guys keep forgetting the Biden-Harris re-election team raised over $200 million. They have to spend that money. This is a way of money laundering that money wherever they get it from, because I'm very sure there's some stuff going on with that in all politics. It's not just the Democrats, the Republicans do it too. But I'm not mad at Megan. The girl is fine. I'll give her that. But I'm not mad at her for the simple fact of she showed up to get her check. She don't give a damn. She's an entertainer. She's going to go wherever that check is going to go. Right now, if I offered you $500,000 to speak at a Donald Trump rally, even some of our trolls in the chat will show up at that rally. You can't tell me you won't. Everybody has a price. She's an entertainer. She showed up, did what she did. The sad part about that, even if it was for the Generation Z, whatever, Kamala spoke for 30 minutes. She said nothing about policy. She said nothing about her vision. She said nothing except little tropes and her little fake Southern accent. The sad thing about what I saw was you're at an event that has to do with politics, has to do with the goals of the nation, has to do with solving problems, people's issues. Do you know what the world saw? And and it's so sad that people don't realize American politics, it isn't just something that's in America. The world looks at what goes on in American politics. You don't think the world was looking at the presumptive Democratic nominee and who she is and what she stands for, whatever? What do you think those people saw when they saw Black women twerking at a debate or a rally? They're twerking it up and doing all this stuff, and you guys wonder why Black women are over-sexualized. It's not a problem as long as they're over-sexualizing themselves. That's not a problem. but what does the world think of Black women? Why do you think when Black women go overseas, they get so scrutinized? They get so, unfortunately, a lot of them get assaulted because they are depicted as over-sexualized. And that's the sad thing. So if I was Vladimir Putin, if I was Kim Jong-il, I'm seeing this woman that is the president of the United States. Am I going to take her seriously? Can anybody take this woman seriously after they saw what they saw? Out of all of the entertainers that they could have gotten, Monica's from Atlanta. Why couldn't they get her? Brandy, I think, lives in Atlanta. Why couldn't they get her? There's well, what's that one girl? She's really good. God, I can't remember her name right now. But there's a lot of young artists or just artists that they could have gotten to do that. But no, you're going to get the city girl, the leader of the city gang girls, to twerk on a stage that is supposed to be a stage that is about policy and goals and dreams. It was just a shame.
Emery, he says, I heard some Black people say Trump is hilarious. Trump wants complete immunity for cops. I find what happened to Sonia Massey not funny. And he addressed that. He says that basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he wasn't totally familiar with all what happened, but he heard about some of it. It says, was he charged? They said yes. And they, so he says, obviously, for things, and I'm paraphrasing again, that's obvious that they did it. Yeah. But for things that are, could be like a mistake and all that other stuff, he said yes for total immunity. So he did address that, but he wasn't laughing about what happened to Sonia Massey. So I'm sure that's something you probably heard from your homie somewhere in Democratic utopia. But he was not laughing about it. But if you think that's funny, then shame on you. Let's see here. Back to what we was talking about. Brendan, how you doing? It says Hot Girl Summer 2024. I mean, yeah, you can have a hot girl summer, but someone made a good point. Do they, if she was having an East Indian Asian rally, would she invite Megan Thee Stallion out there to twerk her booty? Nah, she would have the utmost, astute people there. But for Black people, you get booty shaking, twerking, and strippers to the polls. You get no voting, no fucking. You get fish fries. But other part of that is let's own some of that, y'all. Let's own. That's what brings us out. That's what brings us outside is a good time. We love a good time. So they're like, give them what they want. Give them a good time. Because Black people not on. We talk about them over there. Okay? Ain't asking for nothing. Ain't asking her, where's your policies? What do you, do you have anything for us? You ain't asking that. She's like, give them Megan Thee Stallion. Quavo, get up there and yammer on. And I believe it was Brother Phil who made the point about when he was talking, Quavo was talking about, oh, thank you, Kamala, for addressing gun violence, because, Takeoff was part of Migos and he was killed out here in Houston. I was shot. But Phil was like, you talk about gun violence and stuff in your music all the time. You violence and stuff. So what are you talking about? You kind of spur that on. So you just up there reading off of talking points, for lack of better words, But yeah, black people get the low-hanging fruit, and guess we love it. I don't know. It's amazing to me. All right, let's see who else came on here. And hello to everybody. I would love to say hello to you all personally, but I cannot. And so far, I've invited people to come up here to defend Kamala. Last couple of times I was on here, it was just like an epic fail. So it's like, why bother at this point? Curtis, how you doing? He says, if you give me 500,000 tax-free, says I dance in a bunny suit with my big ass too. You go off. But what does that got to do with the rest of us, Okay. Let me skip down. Edward, thank you so much. He says, forever love your realness, honesty, and balance. Well, I love and appreciate you too. And thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I was kind of shocked with some of the women that I saw And they were defending that. James, he says, why can't Phil get in touch with the Republican Party to do an interview with Trump? I know Phil would do a great job. I don't know. Somebody knows Trump's people. Why don't
Phil
y'all?
has invited Republican and Democrat to come to the show anytime. He'll talk to anybody anytime.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all know Trump's people, reach out to him and say, hey, we know a channel, you know, and reach out to Kamala too. We would love to interview both of them. Reach out to both of them and say, hey, have y'all thought about coming to the grassroots media? You know, really, because we're going to ask the questions. We're not going to say, you know, what do you think about eating with your left hand opposed to your right hand? How does that benefit Black? We're going to ask the real questions. Like, hey, how you doing? Hope all is well. Had a great flight over here. So, of course, you know, one of the hot ticket items in Black America is reparations. It's been that way since we left off the plantation. And so I want to ask you straight up. I know that both of y'all, let's say I'm talking to one another, both of y'all have said that you don't believe in reparations for Black people. Have you changed your mind? Why or why not? That's how I would start the interview. You know, we don't need to, what you putting in your greens, girl? You know, or Trump, what kind of suntan oil are you using? Because it's a little on the orange side. You know, you just get to it. You can be nice, though. I don't know.
I mean, what's wrong with just if you have to give a gotcha question, just like the Griot did, do you support reparations? There you go. That starts the conversation right there. It puts them on the spot. They've got to give a yes or a no answer. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, Tulsa, you say there was booty shaking, but I see the same energy at other events. And what other events are you talking about, if you don't mind me asking? Lady Lemuria says, Demetra, are you aware of the interview Kamala gave to The Root? Ain't that owned by like ABC, NBC, or like one of these other, you know, it's like a subsidiary of a white organization? I could be wrong, but isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like, come on now, y'all don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm really just playing with y'all. I'm not really this riled up on here. Come on now, y'all know we know The Root is roots in comparison to Django. That's what that is. Okay, we know The Root ain't about that life. The Root ain't about that life. They pretending they love Black people, like Roland is pretending like he like lettuce. Oh my God, Donovan, I think it's time to go. I'm up here acting crazy. Jerry, you says justice for Massey, 50 million from Sangamon County started tangible repair lineage reparation. That pig gave him 50 to life for murdering a saint. Okay. Raynard, how you doing? You says, Demetra, that Black female questioning Trump, a very bad attitude, plus Megan the horse. Oh my God. And Kamala made Black American women look very bad. Like Dre said, this is what they think of you. Yeah, I mean, they didn't make us look bad because, you know, they made them look bad. But I get what you're saying as far as the depiction that goes forward from that imagery. You know, there's some very dope and dynamic Black women. In fact, there's a lot of us. And they chose Megan. I wonder if they'd have Megan with star stripes and bangles and stuff twerking at the inauguration. You know, it's like, where is the sense of embarrassment? Like, I would have thought Kamala was, you know, one of those bougie Black women, and that she would have never had Megan Thee Stallion there. I would have never had her there.
Do you know what this reminds me of, Demetra? And I'm going to be serious right now. How many of you guys saw the movie Hollywood Shuffle?
Yes.
Remember the white directors were telling the Black people how to be Black. Oh, put your butt out a little bit more. You got to do this. This is what the people really want. I mean, her handlers, I mean, Demetra, they need to hire us. I'm serious. They need to hire us because it doesn't take somebody that has a lot of sense to know, okay, we are serious people. World stage is looking at us. You do not hire Megan Thee Stallion. What's next? Sexy hepatitis C? Because she ain't sexy, but hepatitis C? That's the next one on the next event. But you got to give them this though. They are.
I ain't inviting Sexy Red because she said she'd trump her.
Right. But you got to give it like this. If Megan Thee Stallion did not show up to this rally, how many people do you actually think would have shown up in that thing? Because it was basically a free concert for people that showed up because Megan was already paid by the DNC. So I think it was really good for them to bring that people in there. But her white handlers, she need to get her some black ones or whatever. Whoever these handlers are, they all need to be fired because this
Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh, she got some black ones. Yeah, she, the head of black media, the coordinator, she a sister. They
need to be fired because this is not. And then, like I said, now that we see what we just saw yesterday, I want you guys to go and look at her poll ratings on Friday because they're going to, all the major networks are going to put the polls. The excitement is gone. People are embarrassed. I'm not saying she can't win or whatever the deal is, but just like she did, and Demetria and I said back in 2020, she's going to collapse because it's a nothing burger. She has nothing. She has nothing to stand on. She has a platform with nothing on it. Come on, you guys, wake up.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think this is we living in some weird times, and Tamara, how you doing? He says, and I hope I said that right. He says, I thought Meg's performance was cringy. Her speech was fire, though, watching from Canada. Yeah, I guess I'd have to, I can't listen. I was trying to think of something that's less graphic, but this is for educational purposes, okay? One day I'll find a better example. One of my favorite movies, believe it or not, is Boogie Nights, okay? It's about Dirk Diggler. It's about a movie about porn. One of my favorite movies. I have the DVD. It's one of the ones that I have still. And Burt Reynolds' character, as he was talking to Mark Wahlberg's character, Dirk Diggler, they were trying to figure out how to make pornos where people, because back then they were going to the porno movie theater, right? Donovan, you know all about that, right? They would go into, right? So he says, we got to figure out a way so they'll stay for the whole movie, so they won't just go in there and y'all know, because they were trying to make story porn, right? Like they were trying to make it like movies. So it's the same thing with Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, I don't know if she spoke first or last or whatever, but shaking your butt, what else do we need to hear from you? You want to talk to us about world peace? You want to talk about Jesus?
Well, what she did say was about women's rights to delete their babies. She was like, that was her big thing. Like, if you love your body, you know who to vote for, blah, 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 to continue to love your body. So ladies, if you want to continue to delete your babies, and to me, you can't be a Christian if you are all into that. And we know there's certain circumstances that does happen. We're not going to get into that. But that's basically what she was saying. If you want to continue to delete your babies, you know what party to vote for.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They show up talking about reproductive rights. It's like, knock it off. And Nathan, I think that's how you're saying it. He says, quit. First of all, you can't tell me what to start or to stop. So let's just get that straight right there. It says, quit calling it a gotcha question when you're asking a person about stuff they said. So it wasn't necessarily a gotcha question. It was the way she asked the question. Did you want the man? I guess maybe because she had so many things she listed. She wanted to know why Black people were voters to trust her. I mean, should white people trust them? Asian people, Hispanic people? She don't speak for me as a Black voter. Again, I wonder if they're going to ask Kamala the same thing. You said, I'm not doing nothing for Black people specifically. Why should they trust you? How much y'all want to bet they don't ask her that? Y'all want to bet? Let's bet something that she don't get asked that question. She not. I'm just saying. Christine, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Edward says they don't do us. They don't do that. Us talk. They made themselves look bad. Me not us. Yeah. Megan don't got no reflection on me at all. At all. Alex says Kamala will be in Houston tomorrow for Sheila Jackson Lee's funeral. Yes, so I understand. Hopefully she just goes to eulogize and not try to give votes. Tracy says Kamala ain't one of us. Oh Lord. Damien, how you doing? Says she's not black. Here we go again. Brina says iconic movie. It is. It is one of my favorite movies. Ragnar, he says laugh out loud. You're right. Donovan, I remember that now. And okay, let's see. Skip down. Star Child says Hollywood Shuffle is a classic. Yes, indeed. All right, so let me go. Let's see who else is here because Donovan already hit me with the time. Steele, you said stop begging. We beg for freedom. We beg for equality. All we've been doing is begging. Yeah, I mean, somebody else said that to me too. And I'm like, y'all have to excuse my hair. I really didn't even comb it today at all. I didn't. I just threw it up in my little twist. I was like, are we begging or are we asking for what's ours? You know what I mean?
Maybe we gotta stop asking. Maybe we need to start demanding it.
Donovan, me and you in the sandbox, right? We in the sandbox. You come in there with your shiny new fire truck. I'm like, I think I like that. And I snatch it from you. You say, hey, I want what belongs to me. Give it back to me. And say, well, I'm not going to do anything just for you. No. You say, I want my truck. Or you say, well, I'll be damned if I be made to feel guilty for something my ancestors did. Little girl, I want my truck. And whatever Trump says, no, I don't think you should get reparations. Are you begging me? Are you asking me for something that belongs to you? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I think it's about how we look at things.
Well, just like Obama said, Mr. Obama, do you believe in reparations? No, I don't believe in reparations. No, not at all. No.
Right. Exactly. Don't forget to throw Obama up in there. It says I didn't want to make everybody else mad. Yeah, I know they were asking for reparations, but I didn't want to make everybody else mad. He said that. Mike C, thank you so much. We love you. Says Dimitri and Donovan, this lady is not FBA lineage. That's why she does not connect with us. Yeah, well, you know what's so funny is people who are FBA lineage per se, even some of them that are boule, they don't connect with us. They see themselves.
They're Democrats first. These people are Democrats first. That's why it's always. Why do you think Nancy Pelosi, she didn't even bother to go to the CBC for their votes? She's like, you Negroes get in line. AOC and the squad. Demetra, how fast did Nancy Pelosi slap them down when they got into the House?
She said, listen, she did them like the Mac. I don't care what happened to you. Now get your ass out there and get my money before I put a boot to your ass. And I added a little bit to it, but that's pretty much what she said to him. And what they do, they went out there.
They voted party line.
Lockstep. They went out there and got Nancy money. Is what they did. Tracy says, I wish I had hair texture so versatile. Yeah, sometimes it just is. I just didn't feel like combing it today. I don't feel like combing it much. Dwayne. Oh, no, I wanted to. There's Nikki. He says, Judge Joe Brown already broke it down very well how Kamala is not black. Oh, I saw he did an interview the other day, and I started off watching the first 30 seconds of it. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna have to watch that when I have a little bit of something to drink. Yes, indeed. Avenge the ancestors. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. All right, so let's see. I think I had made it to the bottom. Undisputed Truth. How you doing? Long time no see. He says, when will the laughing Asian address the border crisis? He crazy, crushing Black America. I mean, and Trump brought that up at the thing. He was like, she was over the border, and this is where we are now. And he talked about black jobs. Of course, people got mad. He talked about black jobs, but he was like, shit, don't lie to kick it. It's damn, your black jobs in danger, okay?
Yeah. And let's be real. See, there's all kinds of black jobs, but the fact of the matter is the lowest hanging jobs in the United States, that's where most black people get their start. We were doing those jobs. Now they're bringing in the other groups. I mean, Demetra, I just hate when people are so much into the matrix that they see, oh yeah, we're doing so great. LeBron is making $1 billion. This person's a billionaire. You're not LeBron. You're not Shaq. You're not none of these people. The majority of us, the fact of the matter is, you work where you work. I got to start at McDonald's and I got to work my way up, whatever it is. If we are doing so great, people, and I said this on the last show, I'm going to keep saying it. Why is it going to take Black people 225 years to catch up to white people? And why is it that white people's annual income is 11 times that of a Black household? Because we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. Period.
Hey, Thunder, how you doing? We're about to get out of here in just a minute. We'll be back here on Sunday. And I'm just reading the rest of your comments. Tamara says, if Black people took one day to strike and not buy anything that would be an impact, make them notice Black people matter, and they might just say, okay, we'll pay you. I totally agree with you.
I agree with that. Unfortunately, there's going to be some that are going to stay in the nail shop. There are going to be some that are going to go to the auto shop. There are going to be some that are going to, there's always that little group of people who don't give a damn.
Alonzo, please forgive me. I thought I did say hello to you. I think you must have came on just a little bit after we started, but please forgive me. Don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. That's what they say in church, right? When they just be doing the most. But how are you today? I am speaking to you. It's just that sometimes we get a lot of comments and I can't address them all like I would love to do. But one day, you know what? We're just Donovan and I are going to say something, whatever it is, and then we're going to have a family appreciation day. Well, we're just going to address the comments. We're not going to say nothing but, okay. We'll answer your question if we can or whatever. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm neglecting you. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? And I'm sure there's a lot of people on here I didn't say hello to personally. And I'm so sorry. Thunder says, what happened to Trump? Oh, he was invited to the National Association of Black Journalists. And it went left really fast. A sister girl brought out the razor blades and the lemon juice, and he says, oh, okay, hold up. Let me get mine out. And it just wasn't good. Judge,
I just want to say this before we get out of here. I want to say this before we get out of here real quick. I want to thank the trolls because you're driving our algorithm up. So please continue to do a bad job that you're doing. Like I said, there's nothing that you guys have said that's really swayed me. You just keep talking to these talking points. But the funny thing is, what you guys are not saying, you trolls, what you're not saying is, who opened the border? Why is inflation up? Why is gas up? Who's giving all these migrants all this stuff? Was that Donald Trump? What is Kamala's stance on the migrant crisis? Her stance is giving everything that they need. And guess where they're putting them? This is Democratic policy in the Black neighborhoods.
And
why aren't you guys mentioning that?
They want more of
right.
it.
They want more of it. So why aren't you guys mentioning that? So for me, why would I vote for a party that is detrimental to my people? Thank you.
Because if you don't, you ain't Black. Judge, I don't be ignoring you. You know I love you, boo, even though you be acting up sometimes. I be seeing you in this comment section cutting a fool, as the old people used to say. You be acting up, but I still love you. I still love every last one of you. I really do. Whether y'all agree with me, disagree with me, I never take any of it personally. I sound like Trump. Never take any of it personally. It's very fantastic. You guys are all fantastic. Very, very fantastic.
Or it's a disgrace. It's just a disgrace. It's a public disgrace.
What do you want? Am I African American? African American. Oh, listen. Seriously. I do love every last one of y'all. I know we don't always agree, and that's fine. It's not that we agree or disagree. It's how we do it, right? And Donovan and I, it's just been a fluke lately. We just been agreeing. But yeah, it's all love at the end of the day. As I always say, without you guys, we could not have this show because this makes the show unique. Not Donovan and I. Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge two people.
Yeah, we could do that on the phone.
Right, and we do. Okay. Big Rich, how you doing? Long time no see. I wonder how long it's going to take before we hear anything about Joe Biden. It's going to be like he fell off the planet. I mean, you don't hardly hear nothing about him now. He's pretty much.
Have you seen the movie Weekend at Bernie's? You need to go watch that.
Is that what they doing? They carting him around? He doing a robot? I don't know. Stranger things have happened. You know, they was telling us for a very long time that there's nothing in Project, or was it Area 52, 51, whatever it is. There's nothing out there. There's no aliens. There's no spaceships. And they finally said, yeah, people have been getting sucked up. Scotty been busy. Scotty been beaming people up, you know. So I don't know. Biden, I don't know. Maybe he's gone up to glory. I don't know.
Well, ask yourself this, you guys. Think about this. And I'm just speculating. Ever since she's announced and he stepped down, we haven't seen the man. And now it seems like everybody focuses on Kamala like she's running the show, which she isn't, because she's nothing but a crash test dummy.
Well, what's her policies, though? What is she running the show on?
We don't know, but everything is.
Wait, I know.
What?
Hope and change.
Hope and change. There you go.
No, hope and change.
Hope and change. It worked one time. It might work again. Y'all might have forgotten. Hope and change. What is hope and change, Demetra?
Hot sauce? I don't know.
But have you guys noticed ever since, and like I said, when he gave that announcement at the from the White House, I didn't even think that was real, because the way he was looking and stuff, that had to have been AI. So notice we haven't seen Biden at all. Everybody's focused on what Kamala's doing, like she's the president. And my question is this. I want you guys to understand this. Incumbents usually win re-election 96% of the time. Why not invoke Article 25 of the Constitution and put Kamala in as the president now? What are they waiting for? Because I don't believe she's gonna win. But why take that chance?
Right.
Why not put her in now?
I mean, she might win. Let's see. Truth Seeker says, please name Trump's policies. Name one. We'll wait. He said on day one, because they asked him, see if he was watching. Y'all defending these black journalists, and y'all ain't even watching their work. Yes. Was it Harris or the other lady that he asked him, what would you do on day one? And he says, I'm closing the borders and I'm sending them back. That's a policy. He also said that he was going to drill. Says we could drill for oil here.
He also said that he is going to codify the ban on, he already did it, on deletion. He's going to make us a superpower again, unrivaled. I mean, if you go to his platform, he has 20 things that I could go right now and rattle it off for you. But Demetra and I just gave you 2.
Yeah, now we're going to leave up out of here. You say one day he said he would be a dictator. They all dictators. You didn't hear when President-elect Biden told the black leaders, and I'm using that word very loosely, Al Sharpton and them, first thing he said was, listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys better learn how to get along with the Hispanics because they're taking over. So somebody start off with, listen to me. Do that sound like they, asking you that they're dictating something to you? So they all dictators. Trump would just said the quiet part out loud. I'm not saying he should be a dictator, but Donovan, how much of a dictator can they really be if they got the Constitution?
And the thing is, when you're a people at the bottom of the economic social scale, it doesn't matter who comes in there, because your situation ain't changing. But Judge Dredd says if white women vote for Kamala, she can win. Judge Dredd, there was an article or a show, I think it was CNN, and they had done a whatever meeting to the white women, and one white woman said she couldn't stand Kamala, and another white woman said, if I didn't vote for Hillary, why the hell would I vote for Kamala?
Yep. So I see everybody up in here listing stuff. Truth seeker. How you a truth seeker and you don't even know the truth your damn self? Michelle Shea says, I don't want no Christian in office. Heritage Foundation is nothing but Jesus talk. No thanks. I have no faith in either party, but no Christians, please. Well, then you better. Ain't Joe Biden a Christian? He's Catholic, but saying it's a derivative, right? I mean, most of them been Christian. Wasn't Obama a Christian? Well, I think they've all been Christians, for lack of better words. I don't know everything. But anyway, before we leave out of here, I want to thank you guys. And if you guys see fit to donate, hold on, maybe this will help y'all donate a little bit.
Demetra, I've been telling you, you need to stand up at the end of the show and do your donation pitch.
The whole total eclipse. So it'd be very fantastic. I'm just playing, y'all. I just be messing with y'all for real. We about to get out of here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. See y'all on Sunday. Peace.